Is the new Game of Thrones Kingsroad game worth the early access price tag, or should you wait for the full release? I'll be answering that question and many more in this video. What is this game, you might be wondering? And well, so am I. On Steam it says a story-driven action-adventure RPG bringing the world of Westeros to life with remarkable detail and never-before-seen scale. It's listed as a single-player game with online co-op. You can tell right away that the game was designed with mobile in mind, with the UI, insane amount of pop-ups, and ungodly amount of currencies. I will say that the story so far has been good, and every quest and side quest has good voice acting, so from a lore fan's perspective, it's definitely nice to be back in the world of Westeros. Starting off, you get to pick between one of three classes: a sellsword, a knight, or an assassin. Class I went with was the knight. I'll talk more about my class specific when I get into the combat, which I'm not too sure about exactly what the assassin or the sellsword does. The backstory for your character is you are a bastard of the north from a small house, and your father is dying and wants you to check on the wall because it's very quiet as of late. The wall being the wall of the north, the ice wall, protecting us from all the walkers. White walkers, I should say. The game takes place right around the time the wildlings are going to attack the wall, and Commander Mormont got mutinied, I believe, around this time. So I think Jon Snow got voted in as being the leader. So that's right around where the story takes place. I don't want to spoil anything on the story, but I will say the story of this game is its strong point. The character creator is actually more in depth than I originally thought, being able to move any part of your face. You can customize your face pretty much exactly how you want it to look, but there's only a certain amount of presets you can use for your hair, your beard, your hair colors, things like that. You can't control your height or weight or any other body features, so it's pretty in depth for the face, but that's about it. Okay, let's talk about the combat a little bit. So my experience, it definitely felt pretty mobile-y. It was like, not as in your character's mobile, as in a mobile phone. The game works based off of combos. You have light and heavy attacks, and you can combo them in different ways. And if you use them in the correct order, you can proc certain things. So as for my knight, whenever I would level up my basic combo, which was like a light heavy attack, if I could successfully do that, I would ignite an enemy on fire and they would start burning over time. And you could level up a couple different combos. I think there was like 4 combos. You could also level up things like assassinating. There is stealth in the game. The difficulty is super random. The normal guys are really easy. Most of the bosses are pretty easy, but then you come across a few things that just kind of destroy you, and you actually have to try. But I actually, since I've been playing, I haven't died yet, so the game's not like that terribly hard. On a scale of Sims to Dark Souls, it's more on the Sim side. You can mount a horse, which is very nice, running around the world. The world is pretty good size, but there's not a whole lot to do. There's like a couple points of interest that have some rewards, which some of the rewards are very necessary, like bag upgrades. You can buy bag upgrades in the shop, of course, but we'll get into that with currencies. Yeah, you can buy bag upgrades, but you can also look on the world map at different locations that you can unlock, and you go to those and beat them, and they can give you bag upgrades. So for the first while in the game, my bags were always full, so it was really hard to like do anything. There are a few other things in the combat. Your character has access to 3 different skills you can slot. You start unlocking some skills, which I had like a shield bash, then I'd spin around and stab people, and you can level up each individual skill pretty high. There's also another form making your character stronger through gear, which it is upsetting because when you equip a new piece of gear, it doesn't show visually on your character, and I hate that. That is one of my big pet peeves, that games that do that. They really want you to spend money on cosmetics to make your character look cool instead of showing you what the armor that you're equipped actually looks like, which is going to turn off a lot of people. At times, the combat can feel pretty fluid when you're using your combos, which you're generating fury, and you spend the fury on your abilities. And you can tell it's the way it's set up because you have light, heavy, and then you have 3 abilities, so it's pretty easy to operate on a phone. If I haven't tried this game on a phone, I don't even think you can play it on a phone yet. I don't know. Yeah, I think on the full release, the game's going to be free and on mobile also. I will say it's very jarring when your character locks onto a target and you like dodge roll past their attacks. The camera kind of just jerks back and forth, and it's kind of confusing on where you're striking. So the combat's definitely not fun. It doesn't like hold your attention very well. This game is very story driven, at least the beginning part. I played up to like 7 hours so far, and it's very story driven. So you're actually not in combat a whole lot until you start unlocking the world, and then you can run around freely and do more combat. I'm not to the end game yet, so I can't speak on the end game combat if there is any end game or end game combat, but from what I've experienced so far, it's not the greatest. Some of the other features that the game has, though, is you unlock your own personal stronghold, I guess you could say, your own house, place where you're from. And you do these side quests to unlock different things there, like a blacksmith, different vendors that'll sell you like potions, and you can essentially level up your keep. And as you level it up, you unlock more and more stuff. So your blacksmith can actually create higher tier gear for you. There is a shop, of course. There's a battle pass. All right, so let's look at these currencies, shall we? Iron Bank Mark, Golden Dragon, Copper, Royal Favor, Building Materials, Northern Token, Reach Token, Requisition Token, Tribute, Artifact Piece, Trait Point, Basic Skill Point, Active Skill Point. Also, there's RP, which these are the dungeon currency that allows you to basically get loot from a dungeon. And then there's world boss counts, which it looks like you can do 1 a day, I'm assuming, and you can pay for more, which that's where you get probably the best gear. So yeah, there is a lot of currencies in this game. There's a battle pass, there's a free version and a premium version. There's also battle pass missions, which I believe are free. It costs, for the premium pass, you can also boost it. For the premium pass, it is 660 of the tokens, which these tokens right here are the shop tokens. We'll look at the conversion rate in a sec, but let's see what the battle pass offers. We got more currency. Looks like you get some of that currency back. You get in-game currency. You get, this is on the free pass, in-game currency, something to make weapons and armor with. House sigils, these give your character power. Expeditions, currency, a lot more currency. I will say everything you can get in the paid pass, you can get in the free pass. You just get a lot more in the paid pass is what it looks like. It's not too terrible, and most of the stuff isn't like, I'd say the sigils give you power, but a lot of the other stuff, oh, there's jewelry, okay, that gives you power too, but that's also on the free pass, so take that as you will. Most games do that nowadays anyway. So the battle pass is pretty typical when you look at most battle passes. There's an event tab, which it's basically your login page. You log in, you get login rewards, and also there's like little quests like defeating the dancing fool pillager's leader. You get this stuff, things like that. And you just do stuff and you complete them and get these. There's a lot of tabs. Here we go, into the shop. This is lots of pay to win stuff going on. Right off the bat, let's see how much it costs for these. My currency is currently in Vietnamese dong. I'll tell you guys what these are. So 25,000 dong is $1. So you can get 20 marks for $1. 80 marks for $4, but then you get a bonus 14. I got marks because I bought the normal version of the game. So it comes with marks, but when the game comes out, it'll be free to play. So you'll have to buy marks. So it's $1 for 20 marks, basically, is our rate. So that would make this $1.50. What does this give us? You can fast travel to a signpost you have already discovered without interacting with a signpost. So in the game right now, you can unlock a signpost, interact with that signpost, fast travel to another signpost you've already interacted with. But you can also pull up your map and you can click on the signpost, but you can't fast travel to it unless you purchase this, which is pretty stupid. Reduce fast travel costs by 100%. It costs the normal in-game currency, which is fine. It really doesn't cost a lot, so that's not even a big deal. So this you can buy for 500. So that's around $25 for this. Like, look at all these tabs. You can buy bag slots. Super annoying. We'll say the cosmetics look pretty cool, but they're expensive. What the? I just realized that. So there's the shop. As far as it goes, I would say hold off on this game. Wait till it's free to play and then get it, because some of the little weird bugs will be fixed. Maybe they'll fix some of the combat. Probably not, because I think it's going to be a phone game. So yeah, I would definitely recommend waiting, not paying the early access. The story is actually pretty good. That's the main thing about this that's like keeping me going, is the story. But I don't really see this game having a long life. It's more like when you finish the story, it's kind of like, I could be playing something else, you know? So yeah, if you love Game of Thrones and love the lore, still don't buy it. Wait until it's free and then get it and play through the story. I do not recommend anyone to buy it in its current state though. So I also stream, so if you guys want to come watch me play this game and a lot of other games, I don't really just sit there and play one game. I play lots of games. I stream like 7 hours a day, Tuesday through Sunday. So I do have weird hours though, because I'm in Vietnam. But if you guys catch me live, then come by and say hi. And with that, I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.